Thursday today, 2nd of April. As I say, it's about 9:30. Leaving the car at home, heading out to, well, there's not many places to go, to be honest, without the car. So we're just going to head out to the normal sort of place really, Stratton Wood, over Stanton. I've got the backpack, I've got the wife. So I've packed the backpack today with sandwiches and drinks and one thing or another. You won't catch him, mate. We can see him. The car park's pretty full today. You can see there's a load of cars over there. Obviously not heeding the advice of the government.
Come on.
You know, no one's enforcing it. There's no police here. The car park's still open, so it's encouraging it. Anyway, let's have a walk through here if you want. I'm going to go for a walk through here. We normally take the path, but we're going to just plod this way through the tight, narrow little gap. Going to try and squeeze our way through, go sideways. My wife, she's probably right actually. She just said to me, "You don't normally walk this much, do you?" To be fair, I probably don't, to be honest. I used to. Once upon a time.
Golfing you would have?
Yeah, I would have done golfing. I would have played 18 holes and then another gone in for a spot of lunch, a quick drink, and then went straight back out again. But then again, I was 18, 19 years of age at the time. Yesterday, let's just reflect on yesterday for a moment. Well, today's starting out in the same vein, pretty much. Almost footstep for footstep at the minute. And I took some branches, brambles, whatever you want to call it, home and made something kind of artistic with that. Made a half decent job and stuck it on eBay. I think I had about 22 or 23 people look at it. So I think I got a starting bid about £4.99 and buy it now for £12.99. I'm thinking it's cost me about £4, I think, to actually make, and I think the postage is around about £3, so 5, 6, 7. And they normally say if you can, you know, make 50%, then you're doing well. So if I can sell it for £13, then I made me almost, that's my 50% almost, you know. Yeah, so let's just see where this goes. It's probably going to lead to a dead end, like most of the stuff I try, but I try. You know, I try, and whilst I'm trying, at least I'm keeping myself occupied. Listening to all the different bird songs. I think the song we just heard just then was a robin. The most popular bird in the UK, believe it or not, is a wren.
A wren? A
wren, that's the most popular bird in, you know, it's a quiz question, you know, what is the most popular bird, you know, in Britain? A lot of people say, well, it's a sparrow. Well, there's a lot of them around, or a pigeon, or a seagull, land gull. In actual fact, it's the wren. There's several different trails. You can notice the different colours, blue, red, yellow, and it tells you about the blue, it tells you about the red, it tells you about the yellow. And there's all different things you can see here. Interesting thing I read the other day. Tells you about using wetland streams, wood and grazing meadows, as well as providing a good shelter to many birds of prey, amphibians, reptiles and bats. The park is home to an extraordinary wealth of fungi with over 1,050 species recorded, including red data book species. Not sure what that is, but anyway, there we go. There we go. So there we go. That's, and we're going to head down this way. There we go, featured it many times. That's the disused railway line. The disused railway line. There we go. Right, we have arrived at our little picnic place, as we call it. Nice little lake at the back behind us there, little pondy thing, and there's a little bit of a waterfall going on down there somewhere. You might just be able to see that, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's lovely. Sun's come out. It's about 12, maybe 13 degrees, I think. I'll try and get my backpack off now, which is always a bit of a struggle. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. Which I do need to wash my hands because my hands have been in the dog's mouth.
No, Gab Gab.
Kofu, sit.
Come on. No, let me in there. No, you got something, you can't have it. Let go, let go. Cough, coughs. I don't know what he's got in there, so trying to deal with the jaws of death here.
I did make some sandwiches today. We got a sandwich each. I know Wade Larson doesn't like these crisps, but he wants to live forever, eh?
Cough.
Yeah. There we go, there's a lovely scene. A little lake, Stanton. We haven't gone round to the big lake, the Great Lake. It's just kind of round the other side. And not really, I've got things to do. I've got to get back home and sort some things out on the internet, one thing or another, and get out, go shopping, buy some food, get some food for the day, and maybe a bit for tomorrow as well. Just generally just kind of look for some employment. I know Wade Larson was saying I've given up on work and that, and the thing is, like, we're basically locked down. It's not that I've given up on work, it's basically I'm locked down. I mean, the work I had in today, I had two Gatwick airports and Heathrow airport, so I've kind of missed out on best part of £300 just today alone. And then on Monday that was another £300 I missed out on, so I'm well out of pocket. I'm desperately in sort of need of money, like we all are. But and Abe was suggesting, like, why don't I get in contact with freight companies? They're still running freight, out of the airports to different locations and stuff. They probably are. But these people don't necessarily need transport. And most of the people who work at the airports who are doing freight, most of them live in and around the airports like Heathrow. There's no point in me driving 65 miles, as I said in a comment to Aid, there's no point in me driving 65 miles just to pick up someone going 5 miles down the road. I mean, it's going to cost me more to do the job, than I actually get paid for, so it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it, So the best thing I can do really is just to try and do the best I can by getting myself either another job or trying to make some kind of like a cottage industry. Sandy's got the right idea, Jack Claw Knives. He's got the right idea, he's cut his expenses right back. I mean, he was doing taxiing for many a year, and he said to me on many occasions, it's an absolute mug's game. It's a mug's game, it really is. Because you pay out a lot of money, you don't get an awful lot back, and some of the hours you do is just kind of ridiculous, getting up at 2:30 in the morning. It's just an absolute killer. And there does come a time in your life when you simply don't want to be doing that anymore. And I kind of reached that moment several years ago. And I think this one is basically just a nail in the coffin, and it's out of my control. I can't do anything about my chauffeur taxi job. It's been taken away from me, so I need to try and sort of reinvent myself, I think Sandy's got the right idea what he's doing there. He's making a product which is very, very good, high spec. It's not cheap, but it's very good, and it's handmade, and there's a market for it. You wouldn't have thought so. You wouldn't have thought there was a market for a specific knife, especially in this day and age where we live, where it's, you know, knives are kind of frowned upon. Ooh, got a knife, ooh, you must be using it for sinister reasons. But no, you know, he's got a nice little cottage industry there, and he's doing very, very well. And I just want to do something similar, you know, work from home and make something which is pleasing to the eye, kind of useful, and is fairly inexpensive to make. But just for the record, filming on the cam cap, we're doing 1080p at 90 frames per second, 90 rather than 60. So got a few bits and pieces here. I might be able to definitely do something with that. That looks like a nice bit of beach there, and I can do something with that as well. Take it home, clean it off with the old jet wash, getting the moss off of it, although that does add to the attraction of it, and that'll be a base for something. There's a bit of dead wood there, so I don't mind taking from a dead tree. I don't need a huge amount, just about there I think. Just snap it off with one hand. It's always, this is where a jacklaw knife would come in handy right now, because I could just, like, with one foul wish of a hand, that would come flying off. There we go. We'll take that home, give it a bit of a haircut, stick some varnish on it or something. Yep, tidy it up a little bit, and I use that as another ornament. Right, that was my little trip to good old Aldi. Had to queue up about 10 minutes to get in. It was kind of, like I said, it was one in and one out, and I've been in about maybe 15 minutes just getting the bits and pieces, but they're still queuing up now. See, look at them. Bit of a queue there. That's a good half an hour queue just to get in and get your stuff. Just been into Sainsbury's, got myself an old El Paso's taco kit. Having tacos tonight. Anyway, this is the queue for Sainsbury's on the left hand side. I had to walk all the way down about 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago, and wait at the end. So, is it like this in your town, in your country? Certainly is here. That's 2 big queues I've had to wait in just to get my daily food. Dear, where's it all ending up, people, eh? Where's it all going? What direction are we going in, eh? What direction are we going? What's the world going to look like in 6 months' time, a year's time? Hey, what are we going to be doing then? What are they going to get us to do? I don't know. I thought life was supposed to get better. You know, less complicated, less, you know, less stress. It just seems to be like a ramping up on all parts. Anyway, I gotta go and get some fuel mount now. My fuel lights come on. I'll show you, okay? I'll show you how you fill up with fuel without contaminating anything at all. Alright, because I've been accused, you know, I went out last week Sunday to Savernake Forest, and I had people jumping on me. You ought not to be driving out in your car. You're going to give people the coronavirus. You're spreading it, you are. You're irresponsible. Well, I don't think that's the case. I mean, they get us to wait, like, you know, 2 meters in the queue, but when you're inside the shop, everyone's, like, you know, within each other's faces kind of thing. So it you know, it just defeats the object. It's just completely, like, oh, it's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. This is how not to infect. I'm being very mindful of where I put my hands right now. Very mindful of where I put my hands right now. Okay. Right. Diesel. Pay at pump. Enter pin.
completely full up. Right, a full tank of fuel. Receipt. Yes. We get a receipt. If it gives me a receipt. I know what it's doing at the moment. I want a receipt. I want a receipt. I'm self-employed. Okay, so what are you doing then? I don't know what happened there. I lost the receipt anyway. Anyway, so there we go. That's how you fill up at a petrol station and not have contact with anyone, not spread the old nasty corona or even get it. Alright, I think that's what people are on about, is when you go up there and you stand in a queue. Don't forget about is when you stand in a queue and then you have to like handle things or whatever else, you know. I think that's the problem. Yeah, so I popped into Aldi earlier, about an hour or so ago. Spoke to Mike, the manager, chap who runs the place, and I was telling him, like, you know, about the situation. And I told him that I actually applied to work in Aldi, and he said, look, there's been thousands of people who've been applying. I just think literally there's just no work out there. There's just no jobs, because most of the self-employed, you know, like myself, well, you know, we're all looking for work. There just literally isn't any. There's just no work out there. You know, all the jobs have been pretty much taken up, you know. So I've been applying. I've applied to job agencies, just trying to get anything really. I mean, it's just been so desperately bad. I've had to try and reinvent myself, you know, just by using my own initiative, rather than just sit back and let the state look after me. I'd rather go out there and try and make something of myself, because I do feel as if I've got an awful lot still to give, and I've not really achieved much at all. That's what kind of drives me on. That's the reason why I'm trying this, my latest ventures. Just been unable to do it, that's all, you know. It's just getting some traction, some market presence. That's what's needed. Getting your products out there, getting yourself noticed, because I've got to do it this way. There's just no work out there for people in my position. A lot of people have been taking up the positions which were out there already, and there's just nothing out there anymore. So I do not know how long this is going to go on for. I've even tried them, Asda, and tried to get a driving job with them, delivering stuff. Sainsbury's, Iceland, Waitrose, Tesco's. Nah, no comeback. I think what it is, you apply at a job agency, and all they really want you for is just to get you on their books. So it makes it look good for them.